In the name of Allah, the most benevolent, the most merciful. Ya Ali, Madad.
Welcome to our channel. We expose lies and false teaching of un-Ismailis.
Welcome to the 8th episode of the series exposing Al-Ghazali through the book he wrote against Ismailis.
In this episode, we will expose his claim about his caliph cum imam of the time. Considering his claim as valid would lead us to believe that Mawla Ali is the righteous and first imam.
While reading his book against Ismailis, in previous episodes we exposed that Al-Ghazali insisted that imamate existed, and obedience of imam equals the obedience of the Prophet.
According to him, Abbasid Caliph is his imam of the time in the year 1094. Not the Fatimid imam in Egypt. Fatimid claimed that imamate was given to Mawla Ali by the Prophet, which continued in his Fatimid progeny. Let's look at the procedure of appointment of anti-Ismaili imams.
If any person without authority can appoint an imam, obedience of such person cannot be the obedience of the Prophet. This will be equivalent to carving stone into idols and worshipping it. This is actually the case with all anti-Ismailis including Al-Ghazali.
Al-Ghazali failed to overcome this issue. We will explain that in our later video where he prescribes a short course for his imam to be perfect guide. His nominated imam cannot guide without his advice.
In this video, we will expose his wish that he wants God to prolong the Abbasids dynasty in defiance of its enemies. This is from the chapter 3 of his book.
Mustazahir, the Abbasid Caliph is not a sudden imam of Al-Ghazali. If he is the imam, were 27 Abbasid Caliphs before him also happened and claimed to be imam of their respective times? To answer this as yes, is very difficult.
If not, what is the point in believe Al-Ghazali's ridiculous claim about his self-carved imam?
Giving benefit of doubt to the Al-Ghazali's claim, who were the imam prior to the Abbasids caliphs?
Al-Ghazali is the supporter of Yazid. If he wants to claim imamate for Umayyads, let's refer to the history by Ibn Qasir.
He referred to Ibn Asakir who wrote about first Abbasid Caliph as follows.
When Abdullah entered Damascus, he entered with sword and allowed massacre for 3 hours. For 70 days he used the grand mosques as stable for his camels and animals. Then he desecrated the graves of Bani Umayyads. He only found a dirt-like black thread in the grave of Muawiyah.
Can any Muslim use the mosque as the stable for animals? Previous imams of Al-Ghazali allowed this practice.
Similarly, can any anti-Ismaili approve the action of their first Abbasid imam regarding desecration of graves of those whom they highly regard as the companion of the Prophet?
The Abbasid used to call themselves as caliphs. However, the father of the first Abbasid caliph claimed imamate from himself. He traced his imamate to the Sassanids.
Name of Muhammad bin Hanifa, who was one of the non-Fatimid sons of Mawla Ali, was used as imam by Muqtadir to take revenge of the massacre at Karbala of Imam Hussein and his family. After the death of Muhammad bin Hanifa, his son Abdullah claimed imamate for himself. On his death, he passed the imamate to Muhammad bin Ali bin Abdullah bin Abbas.
It is believed that Muhammad bin Hanifa never claimed imamate for himself. This is also a fact that Mawla Ali never appointed him as an imam.
Followers of Ghazali now have to decide, do they want imam to have lineage of Qaisnid's imams? If yes, then Mawla Ali is their first imam. They also have to renounce Sunni beliefs and follow the Qaisanids whom they believed as Shias.
When Safa, the first Abbasid caliph, came into power, he claimed that the family of Abbas was declared by Allah as pure. No exegesis of Quran says that.
He also claimed Allah has ordered the Muslim to love Abbasid as the reward for guidance from Prophet. Their attitude towards the line of Ali who were more closer to Prophet is well known. They killed Imam Jafar Sadiq and attempted many times to kill Imam Muhammad bin Ismail.
He claimed for his family the comes of Muslims. He called Umayyads as usurpers, but no account in history is present where they distributed the comes to the rest of members of the family of the Prophet.
In order to prove the so-called imamate of Abbasid as correct, they have to be in what they already called wrong religion of Qaisaniyat. They are left with no choice to accept their imamate is false.
To summarize, Abbasid Caliph was appointed by Al-Ghazali and not the Prophet. After came into power, Abbasids denounced Umayyads including Muawiyah and called them usurpers.
Safa redefined the definition of family of the Prophet to include Abbasids into it.
In the light of this discussion, the claim of Al-Ghazali regarding the imamate of Abbasid is false and is also unacceptable to his followers. We thanks Allah for his guidance through the Prophet and his progeny.
Thanks for watching. Salwat please.